What's up guys, welcome back to Project Evolution. My name's Nick and today we're installing my new UHF on the Foz. Now the UHF I'm installing is this Oricom that I picked up from Super Cheap Auto for about 120 bucks. It was on special down from 200, so I thought I'd have to jump on that. Picked that up, come with obviously the microphone, UHF itself, brackets, all sorts of wiring. And then I had to get this bracket that's actually for the hood, but I'm going to stick that somewhere else. We'll talk about that later. Got the extension lead for the antenna obviously. This is my other stereo that I'm going to be putting in. I'll talk about that more later. I've just got some tools to take everything out, more tools. Star Wars cup full of water, because water's important. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So first of all, I'm just going to take out my old head unit that I've had in there for quite a while. I've taken it off-road a bit, and it's not only that, it's just, I'm not sure I like the unit itself. It's kind of slow and clunky, and when you are off-roading and out and about, you kind of want something faster and more direct. Now, one of the main reasons I got this head unit was because it had Bluetooth and HDMI inputs and all that shit, but you never really use it, and Bluetooth was kind of crappy anyway, and it just gave me some grief, the head unit in itself. So I'm going to be chucking my old head unit back in, which will give me space to put the UHF underneath or on top of, which is one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. But I do like this head unit a lot better. It's simple is better. So yeah, we're going to pull that out, put this in, and then see how much room we have to put in my new UHF. Never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gonna crash, ayy. I'm not doing this for the money, so don't misinterpret my last line. The weather ain't always been sunny, but I know that I'm gonna still shine. You never gonna make it till you got the power to go and develop a strong mind. Cause everything happens where you don't expect it, the journey ain't given a deadline. I'm going till I got a flat line, connecting with people like. Alright, so we got the old one out, just undoing the brackets now. It's pretty messy in there. That was my first attempt of installing this whole stereo system by myself, so it's a bit messy, but still learning. So it's, yeah, all good fun. But we'll take these brackets off, chuck them on the old one, put it back in and see where we are from there. Sunday, they think they can make it in one day. I just been ready to take off, waiting my turn on the runway. Never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, Now what I did to install the touchscreen head unit before was chop the harness that I was actually using for my old head unit. So now I've had to, you see there, I've kind of chopped it all together to put the touchscreen harness onto the Subaru adapter thingamabob. So I've had to order another Alpine connector, no, not Alpine connector, another Subaru connector to plug into my old Alpine head unit. So I've ordered that. So for now we're just going to leave the wiring loose, and we'll chuck that in to see how the UHF fits. So a bit of a pain in the ass, but that's what you get for chopping things up, I suppose. But yeah, we'll put this back in and see how it looks. Alright, got the bracket on my old head unit. We'll now try and put the UHF in and see if it fits. I'm pretty sure it's a bit shallower than these are, so it's probably going to sit inside a lot more, so we're going to have to figure out a way to mount it in there nice and snug. Alright, I've got the UHF in the bracket now. It's the most ghetto job I've ever done, but it works. So we'll chuck that in and then fix it when it breaks. It goes the other way. Alright, the ghetto job fits. Lovely and snug. I'm gonna take it out and trim up the cable ties a bit. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with that. It's not the neatest job in the world, but this car's not really that neat anyway. And a lot of the things I've done to it are first time I've done it, last time I've installed these things. So just a learning curve. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I've now got to install the aerial, talk about the bracket where I'm going to place it, then run the wires through, and we'll test it. But I'm pretty stoked with that. Looks pretty cool. Now normally what you're supposed to do with these is kind of bolt it in there and then have the antenna sticking out the top like so. But what I'm actually thinking of doing is utilizing my light bar and kind of undoing that bolt a bit, sticking a bracket in there, and then, well, you know, bolting that in and then sticking that on the roof, because the higher your antenna, the better it's going to be generally. So I think that's going to be the plan with the aerial. So then I'll have to chase the wires kind of down this side, ghetto tape them in like I've done with the light bar wiring, and then run that through the firewall to the battery and all that good stuff. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, got the aerial on. I couldn't undo that bolt, which I'm pretty sure is what you use to clamp it there, so I just got a washer and the bolt that was already on there, and seems pretty dirty. So happy with that. Now I have to chase this wiring down into the engine bay. Now I've just tried to find a spot to run my positive and negative through, and on the Foresters, or on mine anyway, I've only found one down there, and it's already got 3 cables and it's pretty cluttered. And even if I did get it through, this cable was like way too short. They don't give you a very long cable at all, so it would only like reach to the grommet anyway. So I'm gonna have to maybe drill out that hole a bit bigger, or take the fridge plug out, because I don't really use it that much. But I'm gonna have to do that on another day because I have to go to work soon. So that'll probably be it for today, unfortunately. Alright, so what I've decided to do was pull out my old fridge cable. I stripped that straight out the hole that I'm planning to use to run the antenna and the positive negative through. So that's freed up that room, so those should fit through there. And because that's too small, I picked up these from Super Cheap. So I'm going to run them from the battery into the car through the hole, and then I might just leave that on the other side because that's got the connection into the back of the UHF. So that's the plan. I also got the harness and all the other stuff for my head unit. So I got the ISO that connects to the harness, and got everything all connected up here. So that's ready to go for my old head unit. UHF's ready. Just got to run the wires through. So I just put this protective plastic shit on the wire, fit it through. It actually takes forever. It takes a lot longer than you think it would, and it's very frustrating, but it's on now. So now I'm going to crimp the UHF radio wire to this wire. I'm going to try and cut this down to size so it just fits in the grommet down there. Apparently crimping is the way to go with automotive stuff, so I've been told. So picked up that little kit, and yeah, we'll try and stick these together, feed that through, feed the antenna with it, and we should be good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to try and feed these wires through. I've taped positive, negative to the antenna, and then I'm going to tape the antenna to this bit of wire, the old wire trick. Tape that through and then feed this through the firewall and try and pull it through. Should work, it's worked before. We'll see how we go. Success! Took me 2 tries, but got it through. So much easier than any other way. I just put the battery terminal on the other end of the extensions, positive and negative extensions. So I'm now going to feed the antenna and the UHF power through the back here, and it should come out on the side there next to where my stereo leads come out of, and then I can put that in, wire it all up, plug the antenna in and see how she goes. Just hooked everything up, got the 2 crimps done, got these 2 cables through the antenna and the 2 power cables through. I'm now going to plug it all up, plug the battery in and see if it works before I tidy everything all up, just to make sure it's all working. So yeah, hopefully it works. Alright, got it all plugged in. Got the power hooked up and the battery hooked up. Alright, let's see if it works. Oh, please. Where's the power button? Ah, it's on. I didn't think I had it, but it's on. So that's how you turn it on. Oh, I don't have enough hands, hang on. Right. That, and she's on. Sweet. Right, now I've got to put the antenna back on the roof and that cable back along there and mount this in. I should also probably plug in the head unit and see if that works as well. But I'm happy with that. Working. Woohoo! Alright, I've got the head unit hooked up as well. Everything seems to be working splendidly. For some reason that turns on and off without the ignition being on. On the box it said it turns on with the ignition, so I don't know what I've done there, but it all works nonetheless. Music's working. That's working. I'm super duper happy. I've also got to find a spot to put the microphone, of course, and I haven't really found a spot yet because the car's quite small and I'm quite large. Don't really know. I mean, it could even hook up there. Look, I'll find a spot. I'll find a spot and I'll show you guys once I do.
Would you do anything for me? Even though you wouldn't do it for a reason.
Alright, the antenna is on. Just make sure that works as well. Now, I'm thinking about mounting my microphone up here. That's what my dad does as well, and I mean it might come down when you're on tough roads, corrugations and whatever, but it seems to work alright for him, and I've driven his car and it doesn't seem too bad, so I might go with that. And then if I need something more secure, then I can put that in other bracketing somewhere. Alright, thanks for watching guys, that's the video. Got the UHF installed, pretty happy with that. Got my cool antenna on. Yeah, I'll have to go out on a trip soon and give it a go, but good fun. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later.